Hey there, this is Chris from Broken Nib RC, and kind of haven't been putting out a lot of videos lately. I've been a little sick, been a little under the weather, so while I was kind of at home sick, I thought I'd work on this guy. This is my, well, I don't know what to call it actually. It's basically, I end up calling it a GI Joe Jeep, and it's basically a 1/6 scale Jeep that was released by Hasbro back in the early 2000s for their G.I. Joe figures. So it's 1/6 scale. And basically you can get them on eBay for, used for, I don't know, for one decent condition go for about $50. And they're they're actually very neat. I really like them. I got this guy for about 50 and started dressing it up and had to rework the suspension in it. You kind of have to install your own. So I had to make room for a transfer case. There we go. Make room for a transfer case and a skid plate, and kind of getting the axles just right is kind of tricky. So you're trying to get these are basically old SCX-10 axles that have been modified and lengthened to what they call an XR width, which is basically the width of an XR10 axial, the old comp crawler that was released years ago, and so it's a little bit of parts from here and a little bit of parts from there. It's the front axle is made out of bits from here and bits from there, and it's kind of shares parts with Wraith and whatnot, and just a little bit of everything. The original truck is plastic, of course, so I had to go in and you have to go in and reinforce the frame. It has a basic frame on it, so you have to kind of reinforce that with aluminum. Aluminum or steel, or sometimes some guys will make their own chassis and just put the body right on it. This is a little bit of basically scratch built. Put a piece here and a piece there, and it's got bits of aluminum and things all over it to kind of beef it up, and it's amazing what flat black will hide. The cage work was done by a friend of mine, Dork Vader. That's his handle, and I don't think he's still doing RC stuff, but he made this excellent cage for this thing, which kind of goes all the way around, and it's just it's a neat piece. If you ever get a chance to wheel, well, yeah, I guess. When you're out crawling, when you're into these RC crawlers, and you used to we're working with 10 scale stuff for a long time. I know there's lots of little itty bitty scalers that they got out now, like the SCX 24 and different options like that. Well, once you get into the big stuff like this, it's like a whole new experience. It's kind of neat. There's a whole bunch of terrain that opens up for you, and it's the realism is kind of there. It reacts just like a real truck. It's got it weighs in close to 20 pounds. This one does anyway. So it's quite a bit of can kind of be a handful. What I've got powered in it is. It's kind of gone through some changes, but it's basically it's run by a Mamba Max Pro, the old school ones, and it's got it's brushless, and I just put a Holmes Hobbies stubby 2700 kV motor in it, so he's kind of buried in there somewhere. Let's see if I can get a better perspective. So anyway, he's kind of buried in there. About right there. Like I said, you're kind of trying to squeeze some of this mechanical stuff into a kid's toy. So so things can get kind of interesting. The batteries actually run I actually ran the battery off the back through basically an extension cord. Made this box. It's supposed to look like a knack toolbox, but I have yet to put the knack logo on it. And basically, I just, you kind of put your battery in there, and away you go. And this is just basically a big extension cord I kind of made to run off the ESC. And about the only big challenge right now, and it's in different stages of development. It's like I kind of got it to ran it for a while, let it sit on the shelf, trying to get parts when I can. 6-scale stuff is interesting because there's obviously with the G.I. Joe dolls, there's a ton of different scale options out there, but they all kind of revolve around guns and ammo cans and gas cans, and which is fine. I don't have a problem with that, but I really don't want to load this thing up with guns. It's just kind of boring. So it's been a challenge to make 6-scale accessories that actually kind of fit with a camping motif. So so some of the accessories can be kind of hard to find. Clothing for this guy is getting to be. We have to do something about that. He's been wearing the same little G.I. Joe outfit for way too long, and kind of you never know what really to do about him. He looks okay as a driver, but he's kind of got his ensemble's a little boring. I kind of went through and tried to weather him a little bit to make him look a little greasier, a little dirtier, like he's been on the trail. But he really needs a new outfit. So it's kind of hard when you have a 12-inch doll. You shove into this thing, it changes the weight around on the truck quite a bit because he can get kind of heavy. So I know a lot of people will take the innards out and take the body and stuff it full of rags and lighter material. But then he looks like he has no bones in him, so it's hard to get him. It was hard to get him to kind of sit in the seat properly to where he looks like he's a little bit more relaxed. But it is what it is, and we keep working on him. I like I said, I put this on the shelf and then I take it down and I'll get parts for it here and there. And because of my recent quarantine, I kind of got into working on it again. Obviously, put a spare finally moved the spare to the back. I just have to make a better brace so the tire doesn't rip out the back half of the truck. I kind of got these great gas cans online, and they're super scale, but they're German. so the other one has a couple lightning bolts on it. I kind of don't want to advertise it too much, but the green ones are kind of not bad. They're excellent gas cans, though. I mean, they really look great, but for some reason I can't get American jerry cans. I just can't find them. I don't know where to get them. So I'm stuck with the Germans. So it is fine, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with them. And they're all metal, which is kind of nice because to keep them in the bottom here, I'll just put in some magnets and you'll stick in there just fine. Yeah, I've got some things coming. I've got a 6-scale chainsaw that I'm going to put in there and try to make a gas can and some blocks and 2-stroke oil and all that kind of good stuff, and really outfit this thing up right. That's pretty much it. I have some new shocks coming from RC 4-wheel drive, and they'll have different. The shocks that are on here now are they're good. I can get different spring rates for the internal springs. So that's kind of one of my projects is to get the suspension kind of dialed in a little bit better. Right now, he's got a little bit of flex, and but not much in the suspension department. These shocks just kind of bottom out because the springs in them are so weak, and they just kind of bottom out and stay there. Uh, he's still runnable, but it's just kind of, little things like that. I've got a new set of tires. I found the great thing about this scale is that obviously you can run 2.2 tires without any problems. So any kind of 2.2 tire. These were on my bomber. These were on my bomber to begin with, so they kind of got recycled for this guy. And I use a single stage, like a closed cell single stage foam, because the truck's so heavy. This is the old spare, and it's got the stock foam from the bomber on it, installed in it, and it's obviously way too soft because this thing just weighs a ton. So it's little things like that. But I've got some new wheels coming in, supposed to be in today, and we'll be able to switch those over and use one of these wagon wheels as the spare, and kind of go from there. Got a winch from RC 4-wheel drive that just came in yesterday, and I there's no instructions with this stuff, obviously, so it's just basically a couple of motors with a lead wire on it. So I've got to figure out how to hook that up. Probably need to get a winch controller from Hey OK still makes them, I think, and he's a good guy. Really excellent controllers. But little things like that. He's gonna, the winch really. This is a 1/8 scale winch, which is not quite 6 scale, obviously, but it's close enough. I think it'll do just fine. It seems to fit in the front bumper just fine. I'm gonna have to do some adjusting. I'm gonna have to adjust the height a little bit, maybe mount it in a little bit different location. I've got to play with it. A lot of little stuff like that. Let's see, I've got tires. I don't have tires coming in. I'm going to use these, and I need to work on my links. I don't know what I was thinking, but I had the steering link on the opposite, on the same side as the panhard bar link. I had it going this way, and the bump steer was just unimaginable. Well, it's kind of a classic textbook screw up. Kind of, and these links are like a little bit of everything. They're a piece from here and a piece from there, and they're all kind of homemade and banged together, and they've got different spacers in them, and they're just kind of a mess. I'd like to get those up, clean those up, get to where this suspension is nice and smooth, and the cycle's just really nice. Right now, it doesn't have any bump steer. Well, not that I know of. Yes, it doesn't have a little bit. It might have a little bit. No, I think we're good. I think we're pretty good. But I've got a temporary link that I made, and I need to clean that up. And things like that. It's like little things. Drivetrain wise, it runs just great. I used to run 6 cell through this thing, and not anymore. There's really not much sense to it because the motors have gotten so much better over the years. Now I can run with the stubby in there, with that KV motor. I can run like 3 or 4 cell without any problems, and then I run them on the little mini packs, which are good because you're really not gonna. I haven't taken this on a real trail. I'd like to where everything holds together and it could take the abuse. But we'll get there. We'll get there. It'll be okay. But yeah, it's just kind of one thing at a time. It's just it's going to take a lot of work, and I'll show you the results as I go along. And that's pretty much it for this. I think that's it for this video. I might just keep on filming if I get some upgrades going in. I just don't want the video being a year long. That kind of thing. And we'll just kind of take it from there. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this Jeep. It's been kind of an ongoing project. I can't bear to sell it. There's just no way. Um, and these things kind of become family after a while, and I tend to kind of hang on to everything with a white knuckle grip, try not to sell it, and just kind of make improvements as we go, and kind of keep going from there. So through the magic of YouTube, I'll just try to record everything, and you're gonna watch. You will watch. I hope you'll watch. Anyway, if you like, give me a thumbs up, or give me some feedback if you think this is the dumbest project you've ever seen in your entire life, or not. And I'll talk to you later. And hey, you guys have a good one out there.